is William Francis Haggerty IV. That's his name. God bless him. That's his name. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't show up anywhere. He doesn't show up in any county. He just stays in his mansion up in Gallatin, and he pontificates from on high. And he doesn't show up to fight for you and your families. Marquita Bradshaw does. And let me tell you something, folks. I want to talk a little bit about our campaigns, but I want to talk to you a little bit about the Republicans. We have a Republican here, and the reason he's here is because their party is terrified. They are terrified. They should be terrified. Brian's got they got new headquarters over there, but our headquarters is about 4 times bigger. We're about 4 times bigger because our movement is the movement of the people. Brian's got a camera. We got the people. We got the power. We have a movement that's going to win an election in 30 days. Now, let me tell you something. Yes, it's good. It's good news. Brian is terrified because of what's going on all across Tennessee. I got news for you. It's been 7 years since Brian's best friend, Congressman Scott Desjardins, has held a town hall in Tennessee. But something just happened. Tomorrow, in Warren County, I hope Brian's there. I hope all y'all there. At the high school in Warren County, Scott Desjardins said yes to the baby crusade. Tomorrow, Congressman Desjardins, for the first time ever in his decade in office, is debating the Democratic nominee for the United States Congress. But I got news for you, Congressman. After a decade of not doing something, you can't wait to the last month. Brian is here because he is terrified of you. Yes. But more importantly, Scott Desjardins is terrified of you. He sees the hell yes sign. He sees the energy. He sees the thousands of donations from every community in this district. But more importantly to me, every state in this country, all 50 states in the country investing in this campaign. He sees the energy that Marquita is bringing all across Tennessee and rural Tennessee, and he knows something. He's in trouble. He is in absolute trouble. He is terrified. Brian's camera is not going to solve the issues for him. But all Brian's showing is how big y'all are. They are terrified, folks, and they should be terrified. Brian's sweating because this movement is on fire. But, folks, we got 30 days. I'm just picking on you right now. We love you. I'm excited that you'll be a voter for me on election day. You know why? This movement has libertarians in it. It's got conservatives in it. It's got socialists in it. It's got MAGA folks in it. It's got traditional Democrats and traditional Republicans. But can I tell you what I'm so proud of? Brian should come up 231 up to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in Rutherford County, because those insurgents, those radical leftists at the GOP in Rutherford County put a hell yes sign in their window. Now then the state got up, yes, that's good news. The state got word of it and they took it down, but you know what they didn't put in there? A Scott Desjardins sign. Because they don't know Scott Desjardins. Brian's never met Scott Desjardins. You never met Scott Desjardins because he doesn't show up. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know your families, your joys, your hopes, your sufferings, your anxieties. Marquita Bradshaw, Chase Clemens and I, we do. We do. We have been around the block again and again and again. What they have tried to do to Chase and I is they try to draw these gerrymandered districts. You know what that word means, of course. Yeah. They try to draw these gerrymandered districts and say, you know what? You ain't going to make it happen. You're not going to make this happen. You aren't going to go around and win this. I have 4 television markets, 2 time zones, and 197 miles east to west in my district. I've been to every county in this district. There are 250 precincts in my district. That is the most in the country. I have been to every one of them. I'm going to march through every one of them, and I'm going to win this election. We're going to win this election. What we got to do, we've got to ensure that Brian's camera does not defeat our movement. Marquita Bradshaw needs you. Yeah. We need her in the United States Senate. Yeah. Chase Clemens needs you because we need Chase in the state Senate. Do you know what will happen? I guarantee you, if the 3 of us win on November 3rd, Bill Lee will expand Medicaid before Christmas. Because he knows he's a political creature. He knows there is no pathway for him politically without expanding Medicaid. And that's the political answer. But the moral answer is imagine what that will do to our communities. Imagine what that will do to Shelbyville. Imagine what that will do to Wartrace. Imagine what that will do to Bell Buckle and Bedford County and Ward County and Lynchburg. Imagine. Folks, you can feel it in your bones. What I promised you in this fall, in the spring, in the summer, in the heat, is coming true. I told you then that you might not know it then, but you'll know it soon. You're looking at your next United States Congressman. But we need your help. I need your help. We have over 5,000 volunteers. We outraised Congressman Deja Arlay by 5-1, but more importantly, and she's right, money. God, Lord will bless everything we got. But most importantly to me is we have out-organized Congressman Deja Arlay and Brian Scamra 1,000-1. Yeah. We have made over 350,000 contacts with Tennessee voters with over 600 volunteers. We are on pathway to make 1 million contacts with Tennessee voters. Right now, much to the chagrin of our opponents, we are bringing people into their process. Right now, under Kelly's leadership, under Mark Lee's leadership, and Chase's leadership, our campaigns are registering hundreds, if not thousands of people right now at NTSU. That terrifies Scott Deja Arlay. That terrifies William Francis Haggerty IV. That terrifies Shane Reeves. That terrifies Brian because they don't want you to participate in the political process. They know when we vote, we win elections. We are going to win this election. Folks, 3 things I'm asking for you very simply. And what's the order? We'll get Chase a little bit. Can Chase say a few words too? That'd be great. Okay. I want to make sure. And then maybe all 3 of us will take questions before. Is that okay? So I'll very briefly ask 3 things of you. I have over 5,000 contributors this campaign, which one from every state in this country. The average online contribution is a mere $32. I think that would make Bernie Sanders proud. But I need your support today. I need your help today. This goes to be me. I'm not using a lot these days. It goes to be this movement and make sure that we can get the word out, that we can get change sweeping across Tennessee, that what you feel in your bones will come through on election day. I have staff here that can take donations via Square Reader, little swipe thing, checks as well, and they'll raise their hands. Can my 2 or 3 shepherds raise their hand? And we'll be around as well. And we can also take cash. I promise you, it's money worth investing. We've raised about $300,000 for this campaign, give or take. This will help us get through election day. To be honest with you folks, your money won't help me on Halloween. It's too late by then. Yeah. I stand before the voters in 12 days. So if you're going to invest in your campaign, don't wait to Halloween. I need resources now. So I'm humbly asking, right now, it's an altar call. Who, right here, look me in the eye, and they will look you in the eye, because the Lord knows these people who've been here before know that we'll come by. We will fulfill it. Who can give to my campaign today? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope my staff caught y'all. We'll make sure to get you. Second thing that we're asking for, and this I think is the most exciting. Do you like my yard signs? Yeah. Hell yeah. Yes. Ryan loves my yard signs. Ryan loves my yard signs. These yard signs are very important. There's a guy named Joseph in Murray County. He's 43 years old. Joseph saw one of my yard signs didn't work one day. And Joseph loved the yard sign. And then he looked me up. He went to the website. He liked what I stood for, liked this campaign stood for, liked energy, thought I had a decent smile, and said that, this is a lifelong Tennessean who I like. And then he goes around thinking, I'm voting Hale. And then Joseph goes to church in Columbia. And about a month later, Joseph found out the worst news of the summer. Chris Hale is a Democrat. And so what's Joseph going to do? He has this moral conflict. Joseph, for the first time in his life, much to the chagrin of my opponent, Googled, who is my congressman? He didn't know who Scott Deja Arlay was. He just simply thought everyone was a Republican. He didn't even know Democrats existed in rural Tennessee. He Googled Scott Deja Arlay, and I encourage you to do the same. He Googled Scott Deja Arlay. Brian, who's pro-life, would Google Scott Deja Arlay and find out Congressman Deja Arlay has coerced and pressured women into free abortions.
Yeah.
Scott Desjardins and pro-life, not a chance in hell. He Googled Scott Desjardins, and he found out that Scott Desjardins has a history of violence against women. Let me make this very clear. Congressman Desjardins isn't a Christian family man. Congressman Desjardins admitted in a court of law to unloading a dry firing a gun 6 inches away from his wife's face. Congressman Desjardins is an abuser of women. He is a domestic user. And I got a message for you tonight. And I got a message to every man who lays a hand on a woman here in Tennessee. Your time's up. Your time's up. I'm going to defeat you on November 7th. I'm a Christian. I'm pro-family. I value the dignity of all life, all work, all people. I respect women. I respect my fellow human beings. Joseph does too. Republican Joseph, like Republican Brian, took the time to find out his opponent, and Republican Joseph is voting for Chris Hale. He's voting for Chris Hale. Brian is voting for Chris Hale. Conservative evangelicals across this country, across this state, are voting for Chris Hale because my opponent is not worthy of their vote. But the only way he found out by that was my sign. You understand? My sign was the missionary tool that got him into this movement. This sign is the biggest converter of Republicans in this state. Now, Brian and his friends try to tear the signs down. It's okay, Brian. We won't report you.
Yeah, they do.
We won't report you. Because what Brian doesn't understand is I got more signs. They take your sign, we'll put another one down. We're gonna have 10,000 signs purchased by election day. Take as many as you need. Let's beat back these guys, these bullies, these folks we know about who bully our communities. We know the bullies. We know them by name. They have terrorized our communities for a long time, and I'm beating them like a drum on November 3rd. Folks, I want to tell you a very quick story on this, and I know I gotta go. There was a Decatur, Tennessee, way out in Meigs County, way out there. Okay, there is a very avid family who supports me, and so they got a sign, got stolen. So one night they got a little bit aggressive, and I'm not advocating this because Ryan's got me on tape. They put a mousetrap on one of their signs. This is on Sunday night. They said their prayers, went to bed. Monday morning, the mission to do, they go outside. The sign is half bent, and the mousetrap was off. We defend our signs. We defend our values. Folks, these signs help me more than you can know. Will you, right now, I have 2,000 in ground. Will someone raise their hand and say they will take a hell yes sign today? Amen. 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 You can take 2. Put them anywhere in this community. People, please tell us where you put them, but please make these spread like wildfire. Let's get more Bryans at these events, okay? Third thing, final thing, is I need you to volunteer. I know this terrifies folks. We have many different ways of volunteering. I'm a millennial. I'm kind of in between the Zoomers and the Boomers. I don't like calling people. I'm not great at it, but I do like texting. So if you like texting alone, you can fit into our systems. You text and find out who supports Chris Hale. And if you don't like that, if you like a traditional phone call, we can do phone calls alone. And we are safely within the rules put forth by the federal government and the norms of the Democratic Party and the Biden-Harris campaign, knocking safely on thousands of doors across this state. Raise your hand right now if you will volunteer to give me 1 hour of volunteering before election day. Anyone. I'm staring at you. You got to do it. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, I'm going to get out of the way. Chase Clemens is going to go next, and he's going to be your great state senator. He shows up, unlike Senator Reed. Marquita shows up, unlike William Francis Haggard IV, and I show up too. You might not know it now, but you'll know it soon. You're looking at your next congressman. All America is investing in this campaign. CNN's written about it. The Washington Post twice. Newsweek's written about it. New York Times has written about it. Even Fox News has talked about it. So here's my question. All America knows we're going to win this campaign. Do you? Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.